But anyways, how's everybody's week been?
Well, I had most of the week off since I start my new job next week, so I spent it cleaning and cleaning.
You didn't go on your bunny vacation?
I did not.
You're supposed to go backpacking through the living room.
I thought about Googling postcards and printing them out.
Just do e-cards.
Wish you were here.
Wish I was here. Fuck.
On the recliner.
Like you climbing on top of the bed and shit and the stick. Fucking Sherpa.
I claim this bed in the name of Nisha.
Except
There's a flag.
for the fact that she would fall off the bed trying to do that.
100%.
It's kind of clumsy sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, I had an experience. My daughter got asked on a date, and she didn't even know she was getting asked to be on a date.
Poor baby.
Poor baby, my ass. That son of a bitch. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jimmy.
I was talking about Maddie.
I'm talking about Madison. I don't know. She's... Let's jump this kid. Let's go get... Let's go get him.
14.
Let's get that little... Be like, Maddie, honey, where's he live?
Is he a white kid?
I don't know. They're in tennis together. But
Probably.
What does that mean?
Probably.
Most of the tennis kids at Chris's school are Mexican.
I don't know.
Okay, well, he's not going to be...
His name is Daryl.
Oh.
See, that could go a bunch of different ways.
Exactly. I don't know. Because I was like,
If any...
Too? What? Does he wear capes too? I don't know. He wants to take her... He said he'll pay for her to go skating or a jump palace. So...
If anybody out of our kids like the darkies, it would probably be your daughter.
Who, Maddie?
Yeah.
She sees no color.
She's got that bigger build, dude. I'm just saying.
But she doesn't see color, so yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And you had a certain hyperclivity towards darker complected females at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I dated a lot of...
Be careful what word you use right now.
I did a lot of different women. I'd never seen color in my life, so. Only color that matters is pink. Sure.
That's what I was waiting for.
Pinkish.
Better not be pink-ish, motherfucker.
Depends on the smell.
Ew.
Okay, for real? You as a girl should fucking not identify with it, but understand that.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you're not feeling so fresh, it's not going to be great. Dude, I hate you so much.
I didn't even think about that when I said it. Spurky? Spurky.
The hand job from hell, that's what they're talking about. Her nickname was Spurky.
Ooh.
But,
if it smells like Clams Casino Night.
Casino Night Clams?
No, Clams Casino Night.
No.
But, yeah, I just feel bad for her because she has no clue this boy's asking her on a date. And technically, she kind of has a boyfriend already. Is it somebody she talks to through a fucking camera on her computer? No, she doesn't have a computer. But on her phone, yes.
Is it somebody that she actually knows in person?
Yeah, she does know in person. They actually went to, they were in 7th grade together.
But they're not in school together now?
No, because Madison changed schools last year. She went to one school.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. She went, I'm not saying what school, but yeah, okay. I forgot.
But, she's still technically with this boy, which I had a problem with because, remember last year with the stuff that he sent her?
The incident.
Yeah.
That one.
Is he really weird? We all did dumb shit.
He's another fucking cake wearer is what he is. But the thing is, he kind of, he wants to talk to me. I hadn't set up a time to talk to him, but he wants to talk to me and apologize. So that kind of earns my respect.
14-year-old man to man or some shit.
You got to give him credit. A lot of 14-year-olds wouldn't do that.
He's got balls enough to be like, hey, I want to talk to you.
He's got balls enough to get knocked out by Jimmy.
Those ham
I want
hocks.
to talk to you. I got these hands.
You go get these hands.
Fuck out of a 14-year-old kid. I don't give a shit. Either that or, get the boy to.
I was about to say, get Chris to do it. He'll fucking
I've
do
always
it.
been the
I
overprotective.
didn't know he could do it.
Like Madison won't tell me about boys because she knows I'm overprotective. Because the very first boy that ever bought her a rose for a dance,
What was she, like 7 at that point?
like 7, and she introduced me to this little boy who's like 7 years old. And when she asked me, when he came to talk to me, he's like, "I'm so and so, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like introducing himself. I was like, "All you need to know, I'm Madison's dad," and that was it. He's like, "Oh," I was like,
Dick.
"I am a dick."
You're so mean.
I can understand.
I was about to
I'm
say,
very
we
sure
haven't
that
hit that yet,
some
so...
bitch comes up, with one of the girls, and I'm not going to be happy about it.
Yeah,
The boy, it's like, oh, that's cool, whatever, yeah.
he's expecting
That's
her
a
to go
double
over to
standard that needs to be done away with.
I absolutely
He
fucking stand
has
by that.
never said he wasn't a double standard.
I never have at all.
That's fair.
So, anything else been going on in your week
Don't
besides
look at me like that.
I start my job on Tuesday.
you stop your start? I have an interview.
She stops
Tuesday.
her job.
You stop your job on Tuesday?
Stop. Yeah, I stop it. No, I start.
You start
Opposite.
your new job, and I have an interview Tuesday.
What?
Yeah,
Nice.
Where? What?
yeah.
Did you tell everyone to go fuck themselves on your way out the door?
I didn't because all the people I liked were working that day.
You should have had like one of those bumper. You know how those people drive those trucks with the testicles out, just having them hanging out like, "Suck these nuts."
Does that even remotely sound like anything I would ever do?
Yes.
Yeah. It depends on if you were drunk or not.
That's fair.
Drunk Nisha is absolutely fun, Nisha. Dude. That motherfucker is awesome.
I like you no matter what.
Thank you, Mim.
Like, drunk, she's like, I want to dance. Like, from fucking nowhere. There'll be no
She
music.
does that
Wait.
sober.
To be fair, I do
It's
that.
more random when she's...
I just danced around eating a goddamn cookie.
Ever?
You had cookies on your tits, speaking of which.
Oh, my bad.
Speaking of fun stuff, hey, honestly, this is gonna be fun, right? All right. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Will y'all take a shot with a toe in it?
Ew.
Whose toe?
My toe.
No,
No.
absolutely not. 100% no.
They have to be washed. Dude.
The only thing that's worse than your feet is Bub's feet. Because he has, like,
Corpse
corpse
foot.
How about a
It's just-
frostbitten toe?
No, I don't like feet at all.
What about you? Huh?
I mean, it would be sanitized because of the liquor. The
Your
alcohol would
choice of
kill.
I need all the variables here.
Fuck it, I'll try it.
You gonna try it?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
That'd be
shot.
I'll give it a shot.
The reason I bring this up is because
that'd be salty.
because you showed me an article online which I heard about. I can't remember where what country's in.
In northern Canada somewhere, some shit, and was doing like an Indigeron or whatever the hell it's called, that long ass.
Iditarod, I think.
There you go. And ended up losing fucking 3 toes because of frostbite.
Mm-hmm.
So a nurse had shown him a story or a drink that's called a sourdough mash. It involves whiskey, lemon, and somebody's human toe that's dehydrated and salted. And he donated it to his local bar, and they ended up using that.
So yeah,
Ended up using that, what, as a garnish?
yeah, like a garnish.
Like
they,
it's-
they
It's in the shot.
sanitize them and then pull them out,
So
leave
it's...
them in salt, and then pop them in someone else's drink.
Do you eat the toe? Like,
No, you don't
No.
eat the toe.
They just add
Wait,
that.
hold on. Does it get recycled and other people get to use the same toe?
I'm fucking guessing, dude.
That makes it so much worse.
But apparently it's
You
good
think
luck.
Some drunk chicks like pulled it out and like sucked on the toe trying to be sexy. It's like,
Okay,
one
I
toe.
can deal with feet, and that's still disgusting to me.
I detest feet in general. So the fact or the idea or the thought of having someone's nasty, raunchy, dead fucking toe in my drink,
And by proxy, in your mouth.
that's
Well, if you want to take a dead man shot, a dead man toe
that's
shot.
what they should call it, like a dead man shot.
Yeah.
It's like whiskey, tequila. fucking-
What-
No,
what is
no,
that
that's
name?
the
Sour
chicks that
mash toe?
fuck dead bodies and they come in them. That's a dead man shot.
ew.
Speaking, how about a genetically engineered human flesh, or not flesh, meat?
It's flesh, dude. It's
Or meat
that
flesh.
they're selling like for consumption, like wholesale, like steak. And people are fucking eating this.
Yeah, would y'all eat that?
Robert wouldn't even want to try the spider burgers.
Nope. Why the
Okay,
fuck am I
okay.
gonna eat human? I don't need to know that I like that.
I would try it.
I'd be afraid to end up like Sochi Chochi or, like fucking zombie. Like, I want that meat that I had that one time. Fucking.
Turn into fucking Tokyo Ghoul and shit.
I'll make a street taco for you.
Why does it have to be a street taco? Why couldn't you make them like a burger or something?
No, because
homeless guy's flesh.
street tacos,
No, it's
Street
genetically
burgers.
engineered. It's
street
genetically
tacos are
engineered.
awesome though.
They are fucking awesome.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. I want some street tacos now.
No beef street tacos, not like human flesh street tacos. Just to.
What if somebody fed it to you, like, if you didn't know it's human
Oh, I'd be
flesh,
pissed.
and you're like, oh, this shit's so good. This is the best meat I've ever had.
Didn't something?
Oh yeah, this is fucking Jamal.
Didn't something like that happen in Always Sunny?
Yeah,
They're-
me and Mandy were talking about that when I was.
They
talking
named the
about
meat. This is Jamal. This is Becky.
They know is
This is Tim.
Becky sounds like something I would eat. In all fairness,
I absolutely would eat a Becky.
Ugh. The Beckys I know.
So y'all would eat females, but no dudes.
Okay, the Beckys I know personally.
Absolutely would, definitely.
No, the Beckys I know personally are just
raunchy.
raunchy, gross.
Well, that's the one that
People.
has the flavor and the seasoning.
Me personally, I've never met a Becky like in my life.
You've never met a Rebecca?
I don't even know if I knew Rebecca.
I know a
I
couple.
probably have. I probably didn't bother to learn her fucking name before she sucked my dick, but
You're such a classy dude.
I am.
He's
I'm
a class
so
act.
classy. I'm romantic.
I taught him well, didn't I?
I love how Mandy's sitting in the background and giving you the side eye the entire time you're saying this.
Like
She fucking
bullshit.
knows how romantical I can be, dude. Like she's.
He knows how to woo the ladies.
I know how to woo the bitches. Hell yeah, absolutely.
He shaved his balls.
She said ladies, not bitches.
But the line's bitches, and she knows it. Right, honey.
He
Notice
gets
the
aggressively
silence.
Loud. He's like, right, baby, I'm gonna beat you after this. You don't say yes.
He doesn't beat her all the time.
Beat her with this pipe.
She'd murder him.
All right.
So would you eat it?
Would I eat it?
Yeah, I was about to say you presented the question and then didn't answer it.
Because no one asked me the question.
You were
Now,
asking the question.
Sensitive?
Since now you're asking me and I'm on the spotlight, yeah, I'll eat it. I would try it.
I don't.
How would you prepare it? Would it be like a steak, or would you?
I would have to have it.
Like a burger.
I would have to try it rare first, just to really
Rare?
get the meat taste.
Come on. You don't. Medium rare. You don't do rare.
You got to put some fire on that, dude.
I want that bloody. I want it so bloody.
Ew.
So if I do become a zombie, I'm like, okay, I understand why I'm a zombie. I really do like the taste of human.
No, you have to have it medium rare. You can't go rare.
Nice little sear on the outside.
But if I'm a zombie, I wouldn't give a shit.
I want a warm
So
pink center.
I'm thinking, I'm
I'll tell you,
preemptively
this is,
thinking about
this.
this.
Will happen, dude. Some contaminated human fleshes will come through, and all of a sudden we have a fucking zombie apocalypse outbreak. And
It'll
it's
be
not-
like 28
yeah,
days
like mad human
later.
disease.
Yeah, and I'll be the first one there. Think of this fat guy running after you.
I would absolutely get away.
I was about to say, you don't have to worry about
Come
him catching
on,
you.
Jimmy. Don't lie. You don't run.
I am not that fast at all, dude. We could like briskly walk away from you.
To be surprised, I'm actually fast.
You are a lot faster than you look.
You look sedentary, but you're really not as sedentary as you look.
He was just resting up.
It depends on the situation for him to move fast, man. Like something
If-
pisses him off from nowhere, he'll get up.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or if it's like a life or death situation, he'll move quick. But outside of that, nah. He's like, I don't really need to get up. Fuck
I
it."
don't know if I would try it. I really don't.
Just a little taste. Just like a corner of a steak.
Okay.
elbow.
Like an.
Why would you eat an elbow?
Fucking no, he said a corner. I thought elbow first thing.
It's just some tenderloins.
Well, she already does that.
Okay.
I if I knew that it for a fact that it never was like on a person and it was just engineered, I think I might take a bite.
Well, you know for a fact that they would say that it wasn't
I
on
know.
a person, and then you'd end up eating regular people.
Robert would be fucking furious at me, dude. Because I've done that to him before. I've been like, hey, dude, try this. He's like, ooh, it's good. And it's like, yeah, it's got onion in it. I've done it to fucking Jimmy, too.
I know with the burgers.
Asshole.
So I'd be tempted to be like, hey, dude, try this steak. It's delicious. And halfway done, it's like, that's human.
Well, now I know not to trust you.
You never trusted him
You never
before.
trust-
No, whenever it comes to food, I trust his judgment.
Okay, now would you want human jerky?
Sure.
That'd be weird, dude.
I got a human jerky earlier. No.
Like beef jerky, not like
Jerking
jerk
beef.
jerk.
What?
Where do you think the meat comes from? What part of the human body would it come from?
It would be the same place as like a cow. It would be thigh meat.
Rump
It would
roast.
be, yeah, it would be.
I mean, maybe not your ass, because, you know.
That'd be cottage cheese.
Well-
Well, the cheeks. But what's
Ugh.
crazy to me is how are they engineering
You wouldn't
this in
eat the
first place?
between
Because
the
we're
cheeks.
supposedly they've already cloned like over a dozen different animals. So are they just cloning parts of tissue and making it like that? Or how
Dude,
the
they're
fuck are
I would
preparing to
assume
send
that they
motherfuckers to
have-
Mars. They have all these little test tube cloned animals, and when that shit hits the fan, they're all just in Mars.
So we're gonna be eating test tube babies?
Yeah, sure. why
Yeah.
not?
We could already be, and you don't know it.
Well, it's just like how they're able.
Little hormones in our teeth anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just like they're able to grow body parts on the backs of mice.
Like, hey, kids, a penis. Kids, you see my penis?
No, but I've seen articles where they grow like ears and stuff like that on the backs of
Yeah.
of mice.
That's where they got that South Park.
Yeah, I know.
But it was a dick instead of ear.
But I'm guessing if they're able to grow.
They're fucking flopping around the room while it's running away.
So I'm guessing that they could like just like like reproduce the structure of our meat.
What's crazy is they're already doing this, and there's already people buying it. You know, they already have a demand for it. Where the fuck are people buying it? I assume
North
Japan
Korea.
has made some fucked up shit over there.
Yeah, I could see
They get
Japan.
away with all the cool stuff.
Some
see
I,
North Korea.
I would guess they would start with lower income
Third world
third
shit.
world countries where they say, hey, look, you want meat? You want to be able to eat food?
Send it to like fucking Zimbabwe and shit. They're like, we know you ain't cut some zebras in a while.
Ethiopia?
The country of Wakanda.
Yeah,
Wakanda.
yeah, Wakanda.
I don't think those dudes are low on money over there.
Oh, hold on. Okay. I don't mean to get off topic. Have y'all seen that since Black Panther, there has been a 230% increase in people searching on, like, travel sites for tickets to Wakanda?
Are you shitting
I
me?
am not making this up. I saw it the other day.
There's something I was reading the other day. There's a Wakanda, Illinois.
Their tourism has gone through the roof.
Right? Oh, we go to Wakanda.
All
It's
the
in
time
Illinois.
asking for vibranium or whatever the fuck. Like, and they've been like jamming up police lines and all kinds of shit, just calling, pranking the fuck out of this little town. I don't know where it is. I was reading.
You said Illinois.
Sucks. Well, Illinois has a lot of space, so he doesn't know exactly where it is.
You don't have to know where it is on the map location.
Well, if it's called Wakanda, I would assume it's not Chicago.
Because then we would just call it Chicago.
Really close to Wakanda.
All right,
Oh, would you like human topped Chicago like deep dish pizza?
Speaking of Illinois.
Absolutely, that's right.
no.
See, I think that might be the only
Like
way.
bacon strips.
Oh, not bacon strips. I think I might eat it if it was like a topping.
Like ground up, like if it was ground
instead
in the
of
meat.
like ground beef, it's like ground human. I might eat it that way.
This is actually going a lot longer than I thought it would.
Human flesh is human flesh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just a mental thing.
I don't think pizza would be good with human flesh. I think you had to eat it like a steak to me. That's my thing.
Would it
Well,
matter?
yeah, that's because you're a psychopath.
Yeah. Well, half family members.
Yeah, he wants a
Everybody
rare,
think
a
that they
rare human flank steak with fava beans and a nice Chianti. I mean,
Chianti. I
whatever.
think is that how you pronounce it?
Chianti, but he says Chianti.
Thank you, Mr. I've never seen Silence of the Lambs.
I've still heard. Everybody's heard that part a million times.
They just know one line from that goddamn movie.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's been asked to recite that one line in particular from that movie, and he's like, dude, I don't even remember it.
It's like in one ear, out the other. Once you're done, it's gone.
Because supposedly he reads the script like I don't remember how many thousands of times, and then does the fucking movie. You know, he's one of those one take, you know, he's fucking dumb guys, and then never remembers.
Because he's a
anything else.
fucking
He moves on to the next movie.
professional.
The motherfucker's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It was still on the cannibalism side. Now, is it still considered cannibalism?
Yes, you're eating people. By
Okay,
definition,
but it's not.
cannibalism.
It wasn't like a living person.
It's human meat, but it's not like the fucker was ever alive.
Okay, do you consider, if something's raised, do you still consider yourself a carnivore for eating beef, even though it wasn't, like, purpose, but that's my point, like, it's still cannibalism.
I'll feed a burger to a cow all day long.
So would you eat like a dog or something like that, or do you have a problem with that? Like, if fucking dog meat is the only choice you have to survive, are you going to eat the fucker?
It depends on the dog.
Now, if it's some little chihuahua, no.
You're not going to get a lot of meat out of that.
Fuck, dude, I'll eat whatever I have to.
I would imagine that'd be pretty stringy, too.
Ugh. It'd be all tense and because they all shake.
Oh, we're definitely not getting this. We're not definitely not getting sponsored by PETA now. Makes sense.
We're not actually eating fucking animals.
Speak for yourself. I just had a burger.
Those fucking good guys, man.
Domesticated animals.
And plus,
Anyways,
Griff's is probably rat meat, in all fairness.
It probably is.
A little bit.
Y'all got me thinking about this though. Y'all were talking about Wakanda. People actually think it's a real place now. Okay, if any like fictional place you can go to, like it's not real, what place would you want to go to?
Hogwarts.
Well, technically, that's gonna be a real place here soon.
But not like a real place.
No, like they have one at Universal,
They already have one.
which I have a wand from. But if it was like a legit place, like I could get like an actual acceptance letter to a real Hogwarts
about to
and
say,
they
you
teach
do
me
have an acceptance
real magic. Like,
You're too old now.
fuck you. I'd go for I'd pack up, be like, you guys are moving with me. Mama's going back to school.
You'd be like that one dude that fucks up all his spells. What's his name?
Seamus.
Yeah, that'd be
Blows off his
The one who
eyebrows.
blows off his eyebrows? No, I know how to.
Are we limiting to a certain type of fandom?
Any fandom, any place in you fantasy world. Savage Lands.
You absolutely dying.
I was about to say, dude, there's dinosaurs and shit.
I'm fucking dying.
You might be primitive, but you're still suburban at the same time, dude.
Fucking no Wi-Fi.
How am I supposed to watch porn?
I'd go to Narnia so I could like ride around on a fucking chariot with polar bears pulling it, and then take over all the little bitch farms. and shit.
Not bad, Narnia.
Transsexual Transylvania.
That was easy for you to say. What about you, Money?
No, what about you? I'll answer last. I'm still thinking.
That's what I was doing.
He would go to Jakku.
Why would I go to one of the desert planets? If anything, I go to like Coruscant or some
That
shit.
was the joke. Why does everybody want to go to Jakku?
Oh.
I guess I'll go my obvious. I'll probably go to Gotham to see what kind of fucked up place it is, and get the fuck out and go to Metropolis, where I know it's safer.
Because you know Superman can hear you, so you're safe then.
Right?
I don't know. I think it'd probably be Star Wars, something Star Wars related.
I figured it'd be like a DBZ thing for both of them.
No,
DBZs are
because we'd be like fucking Yamcha in the DBZ universe, and I'm not fucking with that. I'm not getting killed every
That
5
reminds
seconds.
me, this is actually. You heard about the story about sorry, off top DBZ. The story about Yamcha. Somebody made a fan fiction about Yamcha dying, coming Yamcha, and DBZ becoming the strongest DBZ warrior. Viz is actually taking that ideal and making it into a short series manga.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Of Yamcha?
Yeah, if I was Yamcha, I think it's the series called.
See, because I was reading one fanfic. Well, it's not a fanfic. It's a spin-off, I guess. It was before they started doing the universal survival bullshit in the manga and the anime. Now, it was, what the fuck was it called? It was like Dragon Ball Multiverse or some shit. And,
I heard about this.
And they had, it was basically the same concept. All these different universes coming together for a big tournament. And in one of them, Yamcha was the strongest fighter in the universe. Mm-hmm. And he was like mixed with an android or something. He ended up marrying Bulma. Trunks is his kid. And like all this crazy shit. It was weird as fuck. But it was cool.
I thought Boba was Vegeta.
She is in the normal universe, but she was with Yamcha first in the. I'm not getting into it.
That's a whole different show.
Studying the logistics of sexual interaction in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, the fact that Bulma was with Yamcha and then Krillin was with Mirren and then ended up with 18 and then their daughter Mirren.
Marin.
Who are neither one? I'll be.
He's trying to stay the fuck away from everybody. He wants to look up from like.
Chaos go along. I will go probably visit the Iceberg Lounge. You know, maybe take a picture outside of Arkham Asylum, just like.
But then they see you and they're like, "Oh, he clearly belongs here.
No,
He escaped somehow. Get him back in there."
how Gotham works, it probably works like that.
Yeah, I know.
He escaped. What's your name? Fatso. Damn it.
They call me QP.
I think
Yeah.
that
Perfect.
I really think they should reevaluate their security at Arkham because people seem to just like walk
Get
up out
in
of
and
there.
out very easily at Arkham. You would think they'd get some kind of security measures in place.
And then they made, at one point, they made Batman a fucking prisoner in that goddamn place.
Yeah, and put him on trial.
That was actually a really good story.
Yes. I write wicked calligraphy with this pen dipped in human blood. This is my ministry, misery's what I'm puking up. Upon these pages the sickness slithers, and I hear the whispers from the oculus, and appears the killers right out the mirror. It's the Cenobites dragging a chain with meat hooks. See how your meat looks, it's graphic, insane, with passion and pain. Perfectly painted, I paint the pyrotechnics, blistering hot flames, inspired from a Bible reference. I got 'em running, trying to find the X's. Had to remind you peasants, I'm the author of these violent records. The circle saw an axe, hangs like an iron necklace, swinging back and forth like a pendulum as I whack your course. With aggressive adrenaline and excessive force. God of hardcore, the morbid lord, check the source. And reservoirs of blood flood as they lay in bed. Slay him dead with JP the hustler, we love the painted red.
Lead pipe to the back of your head. Crimson stains on the floor from the blood that was shed. Sticky stains on the walls I should clean, but instead grab the next one in line, drag him into the shed too. Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, huh? Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, huh? Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, till it's all covered in gore and everyone's lying dead.
It's a stick up while you hiccup from my knife work. It's such a pretty blade, watch how my knife works. She's such a dirty girl, watch how my knife flirts. From your calf to your thigh, then it's up your skirt. You got the BDSM, such a dirty bitch. I like the way you smell, such a tasty dish. I got creative ways to get you off, that's my niche. I got the wooden horse, baby, time to make a wish. You my sexy little vixen, you my succubus. But I'm a vampire, bitch, I will suck you up. Lick your life force, LOD, what a rush. Nice to know you, bitch, daddy's now your incubus. Don't be mad, I defiled every cavity. Whacked them all through every hole in your cabinetry. Cause I deceived you with the rest of your best friends. And now I leave you with the dirty pussy Sanchez.
Lead pipe to the back of your head. Crimson stains on the floor from the blood that was shed. Sticky stains on the walls I should clean, but instead grab the next one in line, drag him into the shed too. Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, huh? Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, huh? Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, till it's all covered in gore and everyone's lying dead. Faces spotted with blood splatter, motherfuckers better scatter. Rusty nails and a baseball bat that are sticking out a sticky red. Swinging like somebody hung me, violent like a game of rugby. And the shirt I'm wearing's looking like a crusty maxi pad. Motherfucker, I'm a monster that nobody even wants to have residing in their city. Got a pity on their souls. I'll lobotomize their children with my lyrical creations. Tales of snuff and mutilations, hotter than a pile of coals. Hey, everybody's on the ground, hands are tied behind their back as they're awaiting execution. Pray, but best not let me hear a sound that will speed up my attack. And there is only one solution: give up and die. Give up and let me paint the ceiling with your steaming hot intestines that are wrapped around the broom. I'm an animal that's rabid and addicted to the killing, using the blood that I'm spelling just to paint this fucking room. Lip bite to the back of your head. Crimson stains on the floor from the blood that was shed. Sticky stains on the walls I should clean, but instead grab the next one in line, drag him into the shed too. Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, huh? Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, huh? Paint it red, paint the rest of it red, till it's all covered in gore and everyone's lying dead.
The former U.S. champion.
Jinder Mahal. All right. Fucking Braun Strowman, motherfucker.
Oh, he won that.
He was telling me.
Yeah, he did.
He was telling
Okay.
me about that. That's
I didn't know if he told
badass.
you. I thought it was pretty cool.
Tom, they gave that nigga some kind of recognition, bro.
And they loved him in Saudi Arabia.
Get
Like
these
they
hands,
loved
bitch.
these giant motherfuckers. It was great to see.
I want to see him and Khali go at it.
Why?
Because you can see how
I can't.
awkward Khali moves.
Oh, I was about to say I
He's
can't.
fucking
I'm
nasty.
never like Khali.
No, I can't stand him.
Okay, sorry.
So, anyways, this week I'm not having, but Infinity War is released. I would like to talk about some Marvel stuff, movies, comics, and stuff like that this week. This is right up with Robert Sally right here and Gabriel Sally, Marvel fanboys over here.
We're not. Well, okay,
You're
yeah.
not just as big of a Marvel fan as I am a DC.
See, and you always give me shit for that, but Batman has always been my favorite. I talk shit about Batman just because it irritates the fuck out of both of y'all. It's funny.
Anyways,
Well, it'd have to be like, all right, favorite Marvel hero. Who would it be?
go.
I'm asking you.
Well, he's the host, so technically he should probably
Don't steal
go
my
last.
gimmick, bitch. Gimmick infringement.
Mine would have to be either Hulk or fucking Wolverine.
Hulk or
They're both the misunderstood Frankenstein's monster type creature. I can relate to that.
Nisha,
What?
Who are your favorite Marvel characters?
Harry Potter.
That's not a Marvel character.
She knows that.
Wait, Star Wars characters count
Oh, that's true.
because Marvel owns the comic rights to Star Wars.
That is true. It's not even Marvel.
Transformers.
It's Dark Horse used to own Star Wars, right?
Did you say Dark Horse?
No, I don't think. I don't remember.
Marvel probably Scarlet Witch or
Wanda's got a crazy story if you really.
yeah,
break it
she
down.
does.
She loves robots.
Well,
Vision.
That's
Well-
not even the worst
Vision
thing
was a
in the
cool
comics. In the comics, she actually has an affair with Pietro,
With who?
Her brother.
Quicksilver.
Really?
Yeah, like it was an offshoot. It wasn't like a main continuity, but it was.
But all right, so Scarlet Witch. I want to get back into this.
Okay, we'll come back to that one.
Scarlet Witch. Wolverine's a good one.
You like Deadpool just because of how
Deadpool
smart
is
ass he is.
fucking
Do
amazing.
you like Deadpool because of Ryan Reynolds? Or do you like Deadpool because the character?
She
of Deadpool?
likes the character. She does like Ryan Reynolds, and
Well,
she
obviously,
didn't
like
get into
most
it.
of them.
You know, whenever I got into it, but that didn't hurt.
Yes,
That
the
way.
character's good. Ryan Reynolds is good, but let's face it. Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
He's the best person they could have possibly picked to be that character.
There were so
Period.
many allusions to it in the comics before that.
He's mentioned in the comics.
Yeah, he looked. What was it? They described him as looking like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Sharpay, and that's how the whole thing started.
I haven't read anything Deadpool since the 90s, dude, so. Like,
Yeah, they
I've read
actually
little
mention
shit.
him
Yeah.
by name in there.
What about you, Robert?
I don't know. Like,
there are a lot to choose from. Right?
yeah,
So
and it's
many.
like I was more of a Marvel kid than a DC kid, admittedly. I mean, I grew up on Batman first. He was my first superhero, like pretty much everybody else, because I watched 66 and then, you know, the animated series whenever we were kids and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've always liked Tony's story because of the demon aspect of it. Him going back and forth with the alcoholism and the womanizing can kind of relate to that.
Bill Popper.
Shut up. The other one that comes to mind would be Cable. I have always found Cable's story fascinating. It's the whole chicken and the egg thing. Like, did Cable create Apocalypse or did Apocalypse create Cable? Like, and if you really get into it, it doesn't make sense, but that's why I like it.
Because in the story, Cable is a Summers, right? He's Cyclops.
He is
and
a
Jean's.
Summer. No, he's not Cyclops and Jean's kid. He's Cyclops and Madeline Pryor, who is Jean's clone.
All right.
So it's not exactly, but yes, at the same time. But
I think he is the Summers. I just wasn't sure whether he is Cyclops or Havoc.
I like
no,
Bishop.
it's Cyclops.
All right.
Out of those two, I like the Bishop.
Bishop was a good character, but they didn't really get into a whole lot of his stuff, and the majority of it was already Cable's too. You know, it was like that dystopian, post-apocalyptic world and shit like that. Yeah, it's just like it just becomes a gray area.
Wolverine, like you can't have Wolverine without Sabretooth trying to beat the piss out of every other guy.
But mine, favorite Marvel characters are probably Moon Knight.
The Marvel Batman.
The Marvel Batman, who's completely batshit crazy. He has like 4 different personalities. You don't know which one he's going to win.
Yeah, I'm not terribly familiar, but I do know
He never had
that
long runs. He appeared in a lot of stuff. He never had really long
He's one
runs.
of those hit and miss heroes, man. Like he had great potential. It's just nobody really got into him.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just those people with problems type things. Like they're not
like a regular person, not
flawed.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil. I like Daredevil. He's blind, but he overcomes these obstacles. Punisher, you know,
just because he's an alcoholic and he is a realistic character, he can easily be a person.
Aren't they supposed to be like creating a Moon Knight series for Netflix or something?
The guy who's over Marvel, I can't think of his name. All the Marvel cinema, they said they do have plans for Moon Knight in the future in the DCU.
MCU.
I said DCU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized that. I was like, oh, MCU. Yes, they do.
What storyline? What about storylines?
Storylines?
Marvel specifically, obviously.
We're talking about writers or just
no, like actual stories. Well, I mean, I guess the writer could go part and parcel with that.
I think the Old Man Logan was really badass, but I don't remember who the fuck wrote it.
I don't either.
I like Shadowlands. Daredevil Shadowlands was a really good story arc. Daredevil becomes a rogue, starts killing off his villains. Actually,
oh, so he just like finally snaps.
Yeah, he actually kills Bullseye. He becomes the leader of the Hand and all that.
What is that?
Shadowlands.
I'll have to look that shit up, dude.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Sounds badass.
Like he goes against like Ghost Rider and all that. All of them trying to get after him.
Speaking of Ghost Rider, we're talking about Marvel. There's a Ghost Rider now that is the Herald of Galactus.
Really?
And it's Frank Castle.
Oh shit!
It's Frank Castle, Ghost Rider, Herald of Apocalypse of Galactus. I think it's Galactus. I don't remember. He's a herald of something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like he's like smart ass though, because we've seen Punisher and he's not super sarcastic or anything like that. He's very dry and very on the nose, like this is what he is type thing. He's actually like a smart ass, not quite as bad as Deadpool, but it's getting there where he's constantly a smart ass.
That's something I gotta check out.
Yeah, I saw that and I was just like, that'd be pretty interesting. I have no idea what it's called. I'll look it up.
All right, but yeah, Shadowlands. I like that. The Death of Wolverine.
That one, it was a really good story.
You know, now he's back. Let's see. But it's not a comic book. But it is a comic book. But I remember it back in the day when they covered, was it Days of Future Past in the comic in the animated series? Remember that?
Days of Future. No, they did have the. That's how it was the comic first.
I know. I said they did. But I never read the comic, but I remember watching that on the animated series. I really liked that.
That one was good. My favorite, speaking of the other universe, the multiverse shit, Age of Apocalypse. That's always been my favorite storyline that they've done.
Yeah.
Just because everything was so fucked up, and you see good guys like Cyclops, he was a consummate good guy in the main universe. You see him in Age of Apocalypse, he's one of fucking Apocalypse's agents. Like, it was cool to see that.
Anything having to do with Apocalypse was always badass.
Apocalypse has always been one of my favorite
the
characters.
The fucker's potential was just unlimited, dude. He was a monster. Like, fucking great.
So what do you think about Thanos? Since, he's like the overarching bad guy in the Marvel right now. They're trying, because of Infinity War, and now they're trying to boost him up in comics because he's.
Well, I mean, if you know anything about the comic history, he's been the big bad. He's been that guy.
It would have to be what, Thanos or Galactus?
No, Galactus. They've worked with Galactus. I take that back. They've worked with Thanos too, but it was like one-offs and shit like that, and it was still Thanos. It's like Galactus. You find out later that he's like a force of nature, not necessarily evil, whereas Thanos just wants to fucking kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I've I would agree that Thanos was probably the big bad in Marvel.
Okay.
I mean, there's been a couple of others that come along, obviously, but
I'm more DC, so every time I see Thanos, I think a ripoff of Apocalypse.
that's been proven, you know.
It is.
Like the writer that created Thanos originally worked at DC, and he basically stole that exact idea and turned him purple.
It was Jack Kirby.
Was it Jack Kirby?
Yeah, he went.
I couldn't remember.
I'm almost.
Jack Kirby worked for DC too?
Yes, because he had a falling out with
Most of them worked.
He had a falling out with
both,
Stan Lee.
I thought he drew with fucking.
He had a falling out.
MCU until he died.
No, he had a falling out with Stan Lee about his characters and stuff like that, because Stan Lee was taking credit for some of Jack Kirby's characters, and so he went over to
Like the Thing and shit like that.
yeah. It they settled it, but for a while he was writing for DC. That's how DC got the New Gods. But when he went back to Marvel, that's when Thanos kind of pulled up with their kind of galactic stuff.
So Thanos is a ripoff of Darkseid, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And Deadpool's a ripoff of.
You always see it when you look
Deadpool's a
at
ripoff of a lot of different things. His name's ripped off of Slade Wilson.
Because
And then his whole fucking backstory
Style is
is
like a
just.
whole
I mean,
backstory.
Marvel took so much shit and took the piss out of everything. You know,
because the guy who made Deadpool really wanted to write for a Deathstroke.
and they didn't.
They didn't let him, so he went to Marvel and made his own Deathstroke, which apparently he did very well on doing that.
Deathstroke was a bad motherfucker, dude.
He was. He still is.
Oh, yeah.
The one-eyed
Oh,
assassin.
excuse me. Frank Castle works for Thanos, not Galactus.
Okay.
And it's like a future. It's in the current storylines, obviously, but he is the galactic spirit of vengeance, and he ends up working for Thanos after Thanos has killed all of the
That
superheroes.
would be terrifying. A dude that gives zero fucks with that much power.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
I think that's actually an interesting concept. I'm doing it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it seems pretty interesting. I just haven't gotten to dive into
How
it.
you
yet.
how you dived into? They brought back Old Man Logan into continuity.
Yeah, whenever they rebooted the universe the last time, they had like a big blowout and everybody was like battling each other in this battle world type shit, which they've done to death, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of it, it's like I think they whittle it down to one universe, and the one universe has different characters from all of the multiverses. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the same story that Reed and the Fantastic Four are using his son to rebuild the multiverse. What the fuck is his name? Why can't I remember his name right now?
Steve Richards.
No, what the fuck was his name? Hold on, it's gonna bother me.
I just read. Oh God, I was just looking this up last night. Or
But
so.
like he's supposed to be the ultimate power in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, because like he was.
Kid?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
dude, like he's beyond Omega level mutant power. Like he ends up putting Galactus on a chain, basically, because Galactus is going to die, and if he dies, then the universe dies because he's balanced and blah 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 blah. So he brings Galactus back, and he becomes Franklin Richards.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I was going to bug
Okay,
shit.
Franklin Richards. Yeah.
He ends up reviving Galactus so he can be the balance in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does such, Galactus becomes the herald of Franklin Richards. And it's just like, what the fuck? He is the supreme power in the Marvel universe, I think.
Even the gods of the Marvel universe are
The Celestial, all of
bowing
them.
down to him.
Yeah, they can't fuck with him. It's the craziest fucking thing. And he was just born. Like, it's not like there was some special circumstances. Like, he was just born like that. He's just insanely powerful.
But the funny thing is, they have other characters who are kind of on that level, but he's considered the overall powerful.
Yeah, like they don't even have a term for him.
Yeah.
It's just that they don't have a term as far as I
That's
know.
all they put in fucking Wikipedia is Omega level.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's beyond, because Omega level's like Xavier and the Phoenix and all that shit. He's way beyond that. Because he has all of the powers. He can manipulate matter at a subatomic level. He can create universes. Like, that's
And
fucking
Phoenix
nuts.
is what is the power of creation, right? Like the beginning.
I thought it was the other way
beginning.
around. I thought it was the power of destruction. I can't remember.
He's got reality warping, matter and energy manipulating, energy projectiles, psychic abilities, telekinesis, telepath. Wouldn't that be the same thing?
I guess that's
No,
what happened when
telekinesis is moving things. Telepathy means you can read people's minds and shit.
Astral projection, teleportation, immortality,
Yeah.
and fucking pocket universe. I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
What that would be.
Well, okay,
Man.
it was the Heroes Reborn universe. Whenever the Fantastic Four and Iron Man and all them died, they actually didn't die. He took them and put them in a pocket universe and saved them until it was time for them to come back. Basically,
Like a kid with a fucking mayonnaise jar.
basically, like it actually shows him, and he's like in the comics, and he's sitting there in his bed under the covers, like he's reading a book or something. But it's him holding a universe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and this was like way back. This was
what
10, 15
else
years
is
ago,
there?
at least.
You know, this kind of made me think. You know, we're talking about kind of like Fantastic Four, and you know, the MCU got Fox now in their fold. You know, is this going to be? You know, it's going to be set. Could they set up bringing the Fox universe into Fox's mutants into this? You know, Fantastic Four into the fold on this.
Fantastic Four are not mutants, by the way.
No, they're not.
They're superpowered beings.
No, I'm just saying.
The
because
Fox
know,
shit, yeah, I
they
know.
have X-Men now, and they have the Fantastic Four. I would see more Fantastic Four being.
I honestly, I see them going more the X-Men route.
You think the X-Men?
Because they destroyed
Four.
Fantastic Four twice with the 2 movies at first and then the reboot.
Shitty reboot.
And like everybody's on the fence about that. So I think they're gonna wait to do the Fantastic Four. They will do it at some point, but they're gonna wait on that. And they're gonna take the ones that are most popular right now, which is the X-Men shit, and move that into the main
But I
continuity.
can see them using the Fantastic Four as a basis of a new supergroup. You know,
But
like,
you only have 4 characters to pick from in that sense, when
But they can
instead
build
of
onto
the
that.
20 that
they
are
can
in
build-
X-Men.
They can build onto that.
Well, I'm just saying, like as an example.
But I'm just saying they can use Fantastic Four as one and build onto that. Like they all of a sudden may run into like Logan, right?
He was part of the Fantastic Four at one point.
I know.
Actually, a lot of people were part of the Fantastic
It's
Four.
always same as Avengers.
So it's still really the Fantastic Four if you have like 10 guys on
Well, no, it was the Fantastic Four. There was always 4 of
I
them.
don't know, dude. I'm just fucking.
But they did. What was it? Was it Future Force or some shit like that?
Yeah, it was Future Force.
And it was like it was the Fantastic Four plus the 2 kids of Reed and Sue, and then like Spider-Man was in it for Future Foundation. That's what it
Was it
was.
Future Foundation?
Future Foundation. They were in all white and black fucking
Yeah,
get-ups and
yeah.
shit.
Okay, I thought it was 3 of them. I thought it was
It might have been 3.
I thought it was,
I don't know. I might be talking about it out of
Invisible
my ass.
Woman, was Human Torch, and somebody else.
Thing just left everything behind, didn't he? Because he was able to switch back to being human.
I think he was
Back to
forced
things
to
and
switch
things
back
just
to
got
human for some reason. I don't remember. I've never really kept up with Fantastic Four a whole lot.
The last thing I read on Fantastic Four was the Marvel zombie thing.
The Marvel zombie shit is
That's
crazy.
The fact that Reed Richards was the whole reason it started. Like,
Not surprising.
No, not at all.
And see,
Genius
that's the
tutoring
thing that
things.
does upset me that the Fantastic Four isn't included, especially with the Infinity War shit. The Fantastic Four was a big part of that. Like, Reed was a big part of that.
He's
And-
from fucking New York, just like everybody else.
Yeah, but like Wolverine was also a part of it, and like Cyclops was also a part of it. Not as
this-
prevalent, but
could the Infinity War change up the universe?
I
They
think
could bring it into it. Like
again,
there was never Avengers. It was the
I
Fantastic
haven't
Four
I haven't
instead.
seen it. Obviously, I don't know anything, but if I was a
This is
betting
speculation.
man, the Infinity Gauntlet is going to warp reality, and that's how they're going to introduce the other superheroes. They might not wipe out all of them, like all the current heroes,
Right.
Because we all think that different heroes are going to die in Infinity War. They have to.
The 2 that I'm speculating is Iron Man and maybe Captain America.
One of them for sure is going to die, in my opinion. I think it's going to be Cap.
Cap could be. They have Captain Marvel coming.
Yeah, so that would kind of make sense. But then you also have Bucky, who could pick up the Captain America mantle, or Falcon that could pick it up,
Which both were.
both have at some point. So It could work no matter
What I
what.
think is cool is introducing more heroes means introducing more villains. And I'd like to see fucking Magneto done right. He hasn't been done right since
I liked Fassbender as Magneto
I
though.
don't like it so much. They didn't show like full potential, Dave. Like Magneto was fucking amazing. He ripped out fucking Wolverine's bones.
Well, not his bones. It was the metal on his bones.
Yeah.
God,
You
Gabriel.
know, God, get it right. That's your fucking facts.
No, you just need to know your fucking Marvel shit, motherfucker.
I was fucking 12 last time I read that.
Didn't that comic actually have like on the cover of it, it had like the hologram card?
I still have that fucking.
Really?
God, I remember that was actually the first comic that I actually ever bought.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was whenever, well, the first one I remember, I think I had some before then. It was X-Men 1, whenever they restarted.
Was it Uncanny X-Men?
I think it was Uncanny. And it's got all of them on the cover. Everybody's seen the cover. It's Magneto, and they're all like coming at him and shit.
Jim Lee did the art for that.
I think so.
That's one of my favorite fucking artists.
Oh yeah. What's some of your favorite artists or writers? Do you have a particular?
Easily Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane, dude. By far.
McFarlane's shit, it's always been so fucking, yeah, it's just insanely detailed and crazy looking.
And his toys are badass too. I don't have money to buy them, but yeah, they're really cool to look at.
If I had $300 a pop, I'd fucking buy that shit.
I honestly can't tell you who because I don't really follow that. I know a lot of DC artists and writers went to Marvel
And vice versa, yeah.
So I really,
Because Jim Lee did Batman too.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I like Jim Lee's artwork.
And Todd McFarlane rebooted Spider-Man. I think the Amazing Spider-Man is what he started doing.
At some point, yeah, he
He
did.
did Venom, and I mean, shit. So did Frank Miller. Frank Miller did Daredevil.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he redid Daredevil because for a while they didn't. Nobody was reading anything about Daredevil when they got Miller to start doing it. It fucking blew up again.
I did not know that.
Oh, we got right there. So yeah, we're kind of.
This is what happens whenever we start talking comics. We turn into giant fucking
We're
nerds.
like,
was
ooh.
shut down like 0%. She said like 2 words, and that was it.
I'm playing a game on my phone.
That and she doesn't know the comic shit like we do. Poor girl.
It's better than her being like, oh, I know this, you know. So
She knows. She
I
knows
know
her
what I
strengths,
know,
yeah.
and I don't. I'll expound on what I know, but I don't know as in depth about comics as you guys do. So I just kind of.
I'm about to say I was younger than that. I know I was younger than that.
Yeah, well,
What about I'm gonna got.
don't lie. It was last year.
What about the
Hooked
remember
on
the
phonics.
Iron Man Iron Man animation not animation
The animated
the
series.
cartoon not the one in the early 90s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they all had their little shit.
What y'all think about those? Did you?
I mean, we grew up on this shit. It was cool as shit to see.
I was actually looking for one too long ago on Amazon to see if I could find those.
So yeah, I didn't really ever get into that. Like I watched the X-Men, but the other ones I tried to.
Everybody watched X-Men, dude. Everybody fucking watched X-Men.
I remember though getting into the Phantom 2020. Was it 2022 or something like that?
Phantom.
Yeah.
I don't remember them.
Yeah, the purple. Yeah, purple
It
suit.
was so lame, bro. This is as good as
Space Ghost.
what was that fucking superhero movie that Alec Baldwin was in? The Shadow.
Yeah.
Remember that shitty fucking God, dude. Now, any way they could see Alec Baldwin as a fucking superhero, like, they should have done that movie was a little flop from the beginning.
Well, everybody said the same thing about Ben Affleck.
What's your favorite Marvel movie? I'm not. You don't have to pick the MCU Marvel movie.
Just anything based on Marvel.
Yeah.
The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
That fucking guy.
I couldn't even say that.
Fighting
I did like
ninjas.
I did like the first Punisher that they did.
Yeah, with,
The new one.
What's his name?
I can't ever remember his fucking name. The one that Kevin Nash was in. That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I like it.
As
Him and as the Russian was funny as shit.
His fucking name. I always forget that.
I have no idea. It's either that one. That's not that actually. It's not remotely that.
Harvey Dent also, wasn't
Was it?
He was Two-Face. That wasn't him?
No, that was
Thomas Jane.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
And that was the one that Travolta was in too, which I thought was
He was the
ridiculous.
Kingpin. Or...
All I thought of whenever I saw that was Swordfish. I don't know why. Operation Swordfish. It stuck with me. Marvel movie. Jesus. I hate saying this, but it's either Thor Ragnarok
That was
or
really good.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Just the way that they did that, like it added something different to the Marvel universe.
Because I hadn't seen Black Panther yet,
I haven't seen that either, so
so I can't speak on that. But Thor Ragnarok or Guardians 2.
I think
Or Guardians 1.
No, I like Guardians 1, but nobody did.
If you claim you did, you're a damn lie.
Personally, I like the Logan movie. The Logan
I still haven't seen that. I still have not watched that.
It gives him more humanity. Like it's badass.
It just moves too slow a pace for me.
You know what I mean?
That I think that's why I'm hesitating to watch it because I want to be able to sit down and really like get into it.
I think I might stand. I love the Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, I did like Doctor Strange too.
I
That was
love
pretty
it.
good.
Love it.
That kind of changed a little bit on how they shot stuff on that movie.
Yeah, they
I know
did.
it's not popular among us, but I like the first Captain America movie.
See, but you're the history nerd too, though.
I've always been a Cap fan because my mom was a huge Captain America fan.
No.
And funny enough, she's the one that got me into comics, even though she's probably never read one in her whole life. But she loves Captain America for some reason.
See, that's
Her
another,
name is America.
that's another one that's another one that moved kind of slow for me. You know?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Like the first,
I've always liked the Red Skull character though.
like the first, was it Captain America was slow. The first Thor was slow. Second Thor was. It was. It was okay. You know, a lot of people hated the second Thor movie, but I liked
See,
it.
I was about to say I didn't hate the second one. I enjoyed the second one.
But the third one was just great. They kind of make him a little bit lighter character, not super serious.
Yeah, and that's why I liked it. It's not all up its own ass with seriousness. You can have fun and.
Who doesn't?
Everybody has a thing for Hemsworth, dude.
Yeah, it's just gay, straight, man, woman. If it says Chris Hemsworth,
The dude's a lot funnier than you think he is. I thought he'd be when he first started.
oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Well, I mean, you watch Ghostbusters. He's fucking funny in that. I know everybody hates that, but
What's the worst MCU movie or Marvel movie?
Fantastic Four.
which one?
All of them.
Collectively together, they're terrible.
I don't have a problem with them. A lot of people do. I didn't.
I haven't seen the reboot, so I can't.
The first one.
The reboot is fucking terrible to me. I'm sorry.
Actually, I take that back. The second one I did like, but that was because I'm a huge Silver Surfer fan, and that was really cool to see.
I didn't like how they did Galactus. But I liked
His voice, yeah, he was his voice.
I didn't like how they did Galactus in the second.
Yeah, no, that one was bullshit. But they were going based off of more of the Ultimates universe because it was like a collective cloud of like sentient comets or some shit instead of being like the giant character. I've always personally wanted to see the giant character in a movie just because from a scale perspective that would be insane to see, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's a good one too.
I need to watch that.
That's a fun one.
Use or anything like that. Like, it didn't blow up the way most Marvel movies do.
But it's Paul Rudd, not like Chris Evans or Hemsworth or Robert Downey Jr.
Like it's just a fun movie. It's a fun caper movie. Ant-Man.
I gotta check that shit out.
Isn't Ant-Man the one who was married to Wasp and
Yeah.
was an alcoholic and beat her?
He wasn't an alcoholic. He just beat her.
Oh, well, that just kind of makes it worse.
Yeah, but the Paul Rudd character is not that character.
No.
If that
Oh,
makes sense.
okay.
It's Michael Douglas's character that technically would have been that character, but it's a different universe, MCU, blah blah blah, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So it's not. They haven't said that that's in it, and I doubt they're going to go that route.
I would hope not.
They're so scared of shit since like, what was it, the comic book association or whatever, when they started getting all over Marvel, like, they didn't show Punisher drinking as much.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Tony Stark is no popper and alcoholic. He just drinks once in a while.
Still womanized like a motherfucker though.
There's a kid that did fucking acid in the Spider-Man comic. I don't know if you ever read that.
I heard about it.
He did acid and started jumping off a building and Spider-Man saved him. And it was kind of like one of those don't do drugs kids type deals.
The after school special shit.
Yeah, but they still took a lot of offense to it because drugs aren't supposed to be in the Marvel comic universe. You know?
Right.
Because that's not real life or anything.
Oh, yeah, right. I wasn't doing acid at fucking 17.
Hey, we don't advocate drug use on this program.
Not at all.
What the Incredible Hulk movie where he fights like the mutated poodle?
The dogs were cool. The dog was cooler in Ragnarok though.
No, is that the one with Ed Norton?
No, Norton's the second one. This is Eric Bana.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh, that one was horrible.
That I did not care for that one.
Yeah, I probably
Gunther Shaw is a former Mr. Olympia. They used his body for making that hole and like pretty much just painted it green. Like,
Really?
They fucking Lou Ferrigno back in the day.
Holy shit.
Of course, it's fucking computer.
CGI enhanced, yeah.
They're like, yeah, you're about the right size. That's fucking awesome.
Do y'all watch like the Netflix MCU series?
I haven't watched any of that.
Or
I'm still stuck on
Hulu.
Punisher. Daredevil was a lot better than I thought it would be. I'm not a Daredevil fan, you know that.
Yeah.
But the show was fucking badass.
See, I only got about halfway.
Oh,
got
the
halfway through
Electra
the first
movie
season.
was horrible too.
Oh, that's probably no. Daredevil one was probably worse than Elektra. I'll go with that. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Luke Cage was another one that good.
See, I hadn't watched. I hadn't watched Luke Cage. I watched.
You're the opposite of me. You keep on telling me, even though I'm a DC fan, you're like, dude, watch Gotham, watch Green Arrow, and I haven't watched any of those stuff.
Which I hadn't watched. Oh God.
But I've watched damn near everything by fucking Marvel and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mandy got into it. She's like, dude, we'll watch more Luke Cage tonight. Or Jessica Jones was one that threw me off. I like that show too.
I want to watch the Runaways on Hulu. Like, have y'all seen the Runaways?
I've heard about it. I haven't actually watched
I've
anything.
seen like a little bit of it. It actually looks pretty good. I know it's already done with the first season. I know it did pretty well on Hulu. And stuff like that is about these kids run away from their parents because their parents are supervillains. They saw their parents kill somebody and stuff like that.
And they're like revolting against the family business kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Based off of Marvel.
Yes.
No, there is a comic called Runaways. I've seen it. I just haven't actually read it or anything. But that one was geared more towards kids, from what I understand, wasn't it? Not the series, but the comics itself.
I guess I never read the comics.
See, once you start thinking about all the shit that's out, and they come out every year with more and more, and you start realizing how far behind you are.
It's so much.
It becomes insurmountable.
But the thing is, they reboot every so often, so you can catch back up on it.
But then they still make reference to the shit that happened before, so if you don't know it, you're just like, well, when the fuck did that happen?
That's why we have YouTube.
Dude, no joke. That shit, I've learned so much about comic stories because of that. Like, there are so many comic reviewers, I guess, or whatever, or they do like the synopsis of the entire story. Like, oh, I've read quote unquote so many fucking stories that way.
All right, I have a question for you. I know we have already talked about this. I'm going to still get about there and whatnot. But are you more of a digital, or do you like the actual comic, the paper?
We're hipsters, dude.
I honestly, I prefer whole the paperback, you know.
But just from a
For
practical standpoint, it's so much easier to get digital.
Yes.
Then the fact that you got 2-year-old that'll tear it up makes it just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or a 14-year-old that'll tear it up. Or a 14-year-old that'll tear it up.
You can hit the 14-year-old, that's not.
You can technically hit the 2-year-old too.
But yeah, it's digital. Like the same thing goes with my video games. Like I went from buying hard copies to digital copies because it's just easier to maintain that way.
You don't have to worry about the disc getting scratched and all that fucking bullshit.
And like I don't know about PlayStation. They probably have the same feature, But Xbox, like if I buy a game for one on one account, right, I can use it on another account in another room.
No, yeah, we could do that. Like
Okay.
if I buy it on my master account, I can put it on all of my devices.
Yeah, that's the same thing with
Yeah.
Xbox. So it's just simpler, just like instead of buying like 2 different games, I can just buy one game and play it on 2 different places.
What really sucks is whenever you get those niche games and you can't find them anywhere but the hard copy, and all the kids want to play them.
Yeah. Oh, speaking.
Well, no, it was the Lego Star Wars. We only have that on PS3.
The
I
funny,
want them to remaster that.
the funny thing is, I was telling Gary Roll, like I'm an Xbox guy.
No.
And this is, you're going to give me shit. I already know.
No, I'm not going to give you shit. Welcome to the dark side, bitch.
I hadn't got a PlayStation 4 yet.
But you're gonna.
God of War is making me really.
Is it exclusive PS4?
Yes.
I didn't.
That's the only reason.
I don't play that one.
Yeah, that's the only reason, because I've been looking at it, and I'm just like, man, and I really like the Norse mythology you have to bring into, and I'm just like,
How many mythologies are involved in that now?
Just Greek.
Is it just Greek?
Now it's Norseman.
Okay.
yeah.
I want to know if we're bringing like Odin and Thor, and like I haven't seen anything else. I don't want to ruin it for myself. Like I'm waiting until I have fucking money and I'm buying it for my fucking birthday. Right now.
She's not listening to you.
So yeah, but see, like, I was thinking a while back, I was getting a game system, right? I was thinking about getting an Xbox One X. Because I have the 4K OLED HRD,
Blah, blah, blah,
TV,
blah,
whatever. You know, and I don't have a system prepare for that television. You know, I'm running a 1080p system that on a 4K TV.
Hashtag white people problems.
I was just fixing to say, fucking white people. That's so hard.
No, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I was just saying, like, it's okay. Let me say that again. First world problems. There. I just associate it with white people because they typically have more money.
But I was thinking about getting Xbox One X. But then when I was up there, they told me they didn't have the Xbox One X, which I was kind of happy I ended up getting a Nintendo Switch for my kids.
How has that worked out?
That's actually pretty good. You know, it doesn't really have much games for me on there, but
It's a family console.
The only reason I would buy it is because of Mario Kart, because they have
That's why I
extra
have
shit on Mario Kart. It's the same game.
I got Mario Kart, Splatoon, and some other game. And
Oh
which
yeah, Splatoon. I wanted to get that for the kids.
which I didn't know, like, they had these Joy-Cons, right? And me, a video game nerd, I normally know this kind of shit, but I didn't know the Joy-Con actually came off and be its own little controller at the time. It fit comfortably in the hand. So you automatically get 2 kind of controllers with the system.
Shit.
But you also can take off the thing. It's like a tablet. You put the Joy-Cons on there, and you can hold the tablet in your hand and play the games. Or you can take it off and put it in another dock thing and have the controller and set the system up as a stand. Like, you can have it on the desk and stuff and you watch TV.
Fucking around playing it.
Yeah. The only bad thing about it is the charging. Like, you have to buy a separate charging dock for the Joy-Cons, or you can plug up the controllers on the dock,
The
on the
peripheral
system
shit.
itself to charge. That's the only way you can charge it, is you have to have it on the system itself, unless you buy a separate charger on it.
And I heard the battery life on those aren't good. I don't know if that's
No,
true.
it's
I
not.
only get like 3 hours out, man.
Madison can get about 3 to 4 hours on a game, like playing Splatoon and stuff like that.
You have to buy like a separate battery.
There's no separate battery.
So you just have to charge it, and that's
You just have to
it.
charge it. So I prefer
Do you still have the option to have it like plugged in like the Wii U?
no.
You have to have it on the
You have
dock.
to have it
Shit.
docked on it.
Fuck that, I'll stick to my PlayStation, bro.
I
I
do
do
want
want
an
an
Xbox.
Xbox. Eventually, I'll get another Xbox.
But it's not that big of a deal. You're all playing together. You're going to play on a big TV
Yeah.
anyways, instead of playing on a little handheld.
It's cool. Nintendo is a good system for like family time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
But the
family
thing
system.
is, also with Nintendo Switch, they have a shit ton of indie games coming out for that system. And I'm not talking about like shit indie games. You know, people just kind of put a little thing together and try to get a couple bucks. No, they're actually good games.
But I thought Xbox was doing that too.
Xbox does have that too. But I'm just saying, Nintendo Switch is going out and getting these indie games like popular Steam games and stuff like
and
that,
turning them into console games.
turning into their own console games, and they work well with that system.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
It's funny how we went from Marvel to fucking video.
How did we do that?
Because we're scattered mind.
We were. I feel every time I hear you say that, I think of like the Borg. Like we are scattermind. Like
We are one.
stupidity is prevalent. Apparently, I don't know.
But comic books, video games, movie,
It's almost like we're nerds.
it all goes hand in hand.